What's up guys, my name is Lauren and welcome back to my channel where we talk about money and mindset as well as my family's own journey to pay off six-figure debt. So if you like videos like that, then make sure you hit that red subscribe button down there so you don't miss any new videos. Today I'm filming a very pregnant net worth update. I am almost 37 weeks pregnant today, so by the next net worth update I'll already have my baby, hopefully. And yeah, we just are gonna go through everything, see how we're doing for the month of May, see how our net worth changed from May 1st to June 1st. And if you like the spreadsheet that I'm gonna show you in just a second, you could actually get it for free for yourself. It will be linked in the video description. It's an instant download to Google Sheets and I give it to you guys for free as a thank you for supporting my channel. All right, so in case you're not familiar, net worth is everything you own, which is all of your assets, subtracted by everything you owe, which is all of your liabilities. So just because you have debt doesn't mean you necessarily have a negative net worth, although it can mean that. And we had a negative net worth for a very long time. My husband and I, for our entire marriage, had a negative net worth up until December of last year, 2021. And so since then, we've been slowly trying to build our net worth up to grow it in the positives, which has been a really fun part of our journey to be in at this point. So let's take a look, starting with all of our assets. So first of all, our house started out at $470,000 and ended the month at $480,000, which was a change of $10,000. I know there's so much going on in like the news regarding the stock market and the housing market in particular of what's going to happen. People are trying to predict, is it going to crash? Is it going to drop? Is it going to stay the same? And ours so far is still going up. Like Zillow and Redfin both said that our house went up by over $10,000 last month. So I just rounded it off to 10,000 and we're gonna leave it at 480, and that's actually a really conservative estimate. It's about 50,000 less than what Zillow and Redfin say because I'm trying to be extremely conservative. So yeah, but we'll keep an eye on it. You know, we're planning to put our house on the market probably sometime within the next year or so. And that's when a lot of these articles say the housing market's gonna crash. So that'd be a big bummer if we waited 1 year longer and we lost like a huge amount of money out of our house. But you know, we're not trying to time the market. We're just trying to do what works for our family. And obviously with a baby on the way, we're not selling our house right now. So we are gonna continue to evaluate it, but anyway, I do home equity updates periodically, so I get into more details about our thoughts and where we're at in those updates, and I do those like quarterly or so. Okay, next for our savings, which is our emergency fund and sinking funds, it started out at $96.53 and went down to $6,600. And as I explained in my recent budget video, $2,500 of that was paying off my American Express card, which you guys will see in the liability section, and then some of it was just spending in our sinking funds. So we're still working on building that back up. I could have taken $2,500 out of our HSA, but I decided to leave it in there because we're not eligible to contribute to an HSA anymore because of the health insurance plan we're on. And because HSA is such a great account, I just didn't feel like it was necessary to take the money out of there. So yeah, you'll see the money still in our HSA, but I could move it over to emergency fund at any point if I want to. And that is because the expense that I paid off on my American Express was a medical expense, just to clarify. Next, my husband's retirement account started out around $56,600 and went to $56,200, so that was a decrease of $423. I think I'm gonna start rounding these numbers off. I just feel like having it be so specific is just not really necessary, so I think I'm gonna start rounding them off. I actually think I did this month for June. Like you'll see these all end in 5s or 0s for the assets, so yeah, I don't know. I might round them off even more because I just feel like having it to the dollar, like it doesn't really matter that much, especially now that we've hit that zero net worth and we're going positive, like we don't need every single little dollar. So even though we did contribute to my husband's retirement accounts this month, the balance went down because the stock market did go down this month. So, you know, like I always say in my videos, like we're investing for the long term. We don't plan to touch this money for a very long time. So the ups and downs of the stock market don't really bother me that much because I know we're not drawing on this money anytime soon. And then for my retirement, it started out at $21,884. It went up to $22,000. $145, which was an increase of $161. Even though the stock market went down this month, I did invest $100, and I don't know exactly how it went up. Maybe the things I'm invested in and also the timing of when I put the money in. So I don't really pay attention too much to what the stock market's doing when I'm investing. I just invest as soon as we have the money available. That's our strategy, is just invest as early and as often as possible. So mine did go up by $161 this month. For my brokerage accounts, they started out at $58.28 and ended up at $61.55. So that was an increase of $327. And I did put in over $400 this month into brokerage. And then for our HSA, started out at $36.75 and went down to $35.35, which was a decrease of $140. And about half of this money is invested in the stock market and half is in cash. I think as time goes on, I'm going to put more into the stock market as we build up our emergency fund back to around $10,000. But for now, about half is invested. So it will fluctuate with the market. And then our cars, I just usually leave at around $17,000, $17,500. So I didn't change that this month. So for assets, we started out with $585,198. And we ended with $592,000, so that was an increase of almost $7,000, almost all of which was due to the increase in our house value. So let's go over to the liabilities and see what debt we paid off this month, because every single month since we started our debt-free journey in January of 2020, our debt balances have gone down. So our mortgage started out at just over $300,000 and ended at $299,835, which was a decrease of $518. That's just by paying our regular minimum payment, and so we are under that $300,000 mark. Yay, I was really looking forward to that, and now we're in the twos for our mortgage. Again, like I mentioned earlier, we are planning to sell our house at some point in the next year or so it really doesn't matter what our mortgage balance is that much, except for calculating equity in our house, but still, it's always nice to see your debt balances going down. Next, we've got my student loans. So they started out at $179,298 and ended at $177,836, and so that was a decrease of $1,462 just by paying my minimum payment. And also for my husband's student loan, we just paid his minimum payment, so his went from $82,600 to $81,982, and that was a decrease of $636. So student loans both went down this month. They go down every month because just the minimum payments cover a good amount of principal, so that's always nice to see. And then I'm really looking forward to getting back into making extra payments pretty soon in the next well, at the time I'm filming this, in the next few weeks actually. So, and then finally for my American Express, so we technically have had credit card debt for the last year, but it was a new card I opened with 0% interest, so we didn't pay any interest or any fees, and we got cashback rewards of over, I think, $1,000 or $1,200 on this card, maybe even more than that, over the last year, and used it to pay off my Invisalign, and then I just used cash from the emergency fund, like I talked about earlier, to pay off the rest of the balance. So we got about $100 of rewards this month, and then used $2,500 from our emergency fund to pay this from $2,600 down to $0. So now we are officially, once again, credit card debt free. Now the whole time we've had money in our HSA that I could have used at any point to pay off the entire balance of that credit card, which is the only reason why I felt comfortable putting it on a credit card. I don't ever want to be in credit card debt again after paying off over $30,000 of credit card debt in 2020. But it just feels good to officially have a zero balance on our credit cards again. And yeah, I'm really glad to be at this point. I've been looking forward to this for a long, long time, if you guys have been following along. But I am really happy with the Invisalign. I have maybe 2 months left and I'll be done. So I am really happy that I did it, and I feel like it was very worth it for how I feel about my smile and my teeth and everything. But yeah, it does feel good to officially be credit card debt free again. So this month our liabilities went from $564,869 to $559,653. So that was a decrease of $5,216 in 1 month for liabilities, which is great. You know, because we took money from our emergency fund, we had a big debt payoff month, and so over $5,000 of debt paid off this month, which is awesome. So total net worth started out at the beginning of May at just above $20,000, and we ended at $32,417. So that was an increase of $12,088 this month for our net worth. So our goal for the year is to increase our total net worth by $50,000 to $100,000, and by this trajectory, you can see we're well into that range. Probably somewhere around $60,000 it's predicting at this point, which it fluctuates every single month depending on how much we pay off. That line adjusts, but right now it's projecting that we'll be somewhere at that range at the end of the year. So that is it for this month's net worth update. I hope you guys enjoyed the update. Like I said, if you want to track your own net worth, I will link this spreadsheet to track your net worth. I feel like net worth tracking is really fun because it doesn't just track the increase in your assets or just the decrease in your debts. It puts it all together in one, and so you can see bigger progress month over month than if you were just tracking one or the other, assuming you have debt, which most people do. So yeah, I just find it to be like really fun to track, even when the stock market's not doing well. It's just like a fun way to look at your finances from a different perspective, and especially if you have a negative net worth, seeing you get closer and closer to zero, digging yourself out of that hole every single month is really encouraging. If you like this video, as always, give it a big thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos like this from me, then hit that red subscribe button down there. I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.